നമസ്തേ. അധികം മുഖവരയോ പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തലോ വേണ്ടാത്ത ആളാണ് ഇന്നത്തെ അതിഥി സുദിപ്തോ സെൻ. വിവാദങ്ങളുമായി മാത്രം ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് കേരളം കേട്ടിട്ടുള്ള ആ സംവിധായകനെ പരിചയപ്പെടുകയാണ് ജനം ടി വിയിലൂടെ. നമസ്തേ, സ്വാഗതം ജനം ടി വി.
Namaskar. I'm very happy that you got me here today, and I think it would be a nice conversation because after the release of the film, this is the first full-fledged interview. I get to speak about my heart, about why this film and what about all this countrywide debate, praise and fight. So I think it is a good opportunity.
Good.
Thank you for giving me this chance.
Well, we Malayalis, we love controversies.
I know. I belongs to Bengal, so I know a controversy and these are not new to me.
So we'll go to the past, come to the present,
Yeah,
and
sure.
go to the future.
Sure, sure.
So obviously, you became, the central character of Kerala's news, probably because you landed in the middle of a controversy over the Kerala story.
I don't think, when I started working on this subject, it was long back, 2014. Actually, I started working on the subject very accidentally. I did a film, I did a Malayalam film. If I pronounce rightly, it is Andi Punavettam.
Andi Punavettam.
It was in 2001, 2002. That is the time when I started coming as a filmmaker. Earlier, I used to come as a traveler. So that is the time I got introduced to the real Kerala. I recall all the villages I traveled to. I know I have wonderful memories in Mohanlal sir's bungalow in Ollur. So I stayed there for 2 days as his grace. So it was a very, very fond memories are there. I come across certain things in 2014 which instigated me for start working on the subject of the conversion. Now, I call it manipulative conversion. So, in 2014 when I was in Trivandrum, I come across some very interesting news. Apparently, it was like a usual conversion which we are used to knowing about a Hindu-Muslim cross-religious marriage. But the trend was different. Trend was not merely a marriage. It was something else because I come across to an incident. Can I elaborate the whole thing?
Please.
I came across to the incident, I'm forgetting the name right now, that one 19-20 years old girl fallen in love with a Muslim guy and they got married without the knowledge of her family. And after the marriage, on the second day of her marriage, she realized that her passport was made without her knowledge and the passport having a Syria's visa. So she was terrified. She did not realize that what had happened. But one thing she could manage to understand that she is in a big trap. So somehow she managed to escape and come back to her home and confide everything to her parents. And her father was a sarkari, government officer or something like that. Somehow their office could know. Then there was a police complaint been made, then journalists started hounding that girl, and a 19-20 years old girl, you can imagine, mentally was not that strong, so she started breaking down. So her family started realizing that she has to be taken somewhere in a secluded place where she can be kept away from all this media and police attention. So she was taken, they are originally from Kasargod. And in one night they took a train and next morning they reached Kasargod, which is 60 kilometers from their village. As they landed to their village, they realized the night before their house been put into the fire and completely turned into a rubble. So, and followed by there are certain incidences I come to know about certain girls who are being kept kind of in a confinement just because they were either converted or been manipulated by their Muslim companions, and they were being rescued from the verge of conversion. I went to see them in a place near Kochi, And you won't believe the way I saw them, around 11, 12 girls been kept inside inside a flat. The electricity was cut. Those girls were hungry because they could not eat anything for 3 days. Whenever they went out to buy something, on the way back, their bags were being snatched, or those vegetables being put into the drain on the road, and those girls are. I will tell you who are those girls. Those girls are either school teacher, college professors working in multinational companies. They are from a very well educated and very qualified families.
Right.
Situation was that they could not go back to their home, could not go back to their educational institutes, could not go to their work and meeting friends. So they were kind of keeping inside an isolated island, and when I went with a couple of friends, you won't believe the light available inside in the middle of the day, the light was piercing through doors. That was the space I could manage to see their face. And those girls right now, the biggest activists of this country who are raising this post our film, they are going everywhere, that Shruti, Chitra and all, you know, they are from Arshavidya Samajam. So it is their story. So in a short span of time, 2014, 15, 16, I spent my time, whenever I used to get time, I used to come to Kerala and I used to gather informations. And one thing become evident to me, that it is not a normal conversion. It is not a Hindu-Muslim marriage.
Right.
Because India, being into the 8,000 years old civilization, we live together. In all over the country, we live together. I am from Bengal. The similar kind of thing happened in my state also. But the pattern I witnessed was dangerous. And that is what, got me into that.
So you have now taken away my first question about the provocation, the inspiration, or whatever. Now we come to the name of the movie, The Kerala Story. Now the counter narratives were, obviously flowing and pouring in my Kerala story, the real Kerala story and stuff. But is this the Kerala story, or are in these some incidents picked up?
Kerala, besides Bengal, Kerala is my most favorite place. And I love Kerala than many Keralites. And I have no hesitation to say that, and I can prove my love for Kerala. Now what had happened is, there is a film called Mumbai Meri Jaan, and it was talking about the underworld of Mumbai. Do you think everybody belongs to underworld? Or then the Once Upon a Time in New York, one of the famous film, Once Upon a Time, it got 6 Oscars. Do you think that it is talking about the entire New York? No, it is not like that. But sir, you have to understand, Kerala has two Keralas. That is what is my realization. I always say that Kerala has two Keralas. One Kerala is being shown to the world, which has backwater, lovely lush green forest, lush green agriculture, beautiful Ayurvedic spaces. It is a paradise. It is actually God's own country. But the other half of Kerala, that is the northern part of Kerala, nobody knows about it. It is like a world city. People do not know what is happening in Kasaragod. People do not know what is happening in Kozhikode, what is happening in Malappuram. People in Kerala are in denial that Kerala has Sharia villages in Attikad, in Malappuram. There the Sharia law is activated. There is no women can go out without the male companion. Schools have been closed. Only madrasas are in operation. And that is not my document. I got the document from CNN. And that I put into the YouTube, which nobody sees because it does not suit their narrative. So on 6th of June, me and my producer put up a video having all those videos of the villages in Attikad. So that half of the Kerala is not known to the people. Nobody question. In UP, there are 3 or 4 now international airport. But why Kerala is such a small state having 4 international airports? How big is that industrial hub? There is no industry in Kerala. So how come that so much of international focus on this state of particularly in the northern Kerala, not Kerala, above Kochi, you just imagine it has the access of 3 international airport. Something is wrong there. And that is what is the subject of my film. And that is the reason it is called the Kerala story. The Kerala means I wanted to talk about that Kerala, which is still a suspicion to me.
Right. Now about the numbers, what probably ignited the allegations or the criticism is that the number 32,000 that you put up.
Oh my God! I think I have been asked 1,001 1,001 time I have asked this question. If you see the film, and I'm sure you have seen the film, and you are putting the question on behalf of your audience.
Yes.
I'm telling you, whoever has seen the film will not have the question along with them, because the question has the answer there. Now, it is again another mystery, another conspiracy against us. Now, you have to go by the dates. 2022, 10th of December, the first teaser of my film came out, where my actress, Ada, coming in front of the Shalini Unnikrishnan, coming in burqa, saying my name was Shalini and I am right now this. And mere jaise, you have to understand the line. Nobody is ready to, people hear what they want to hear. It is all about their convenience. Now she says, mere jaise 32,000 लड़की यहाँ पे दफन हो चुके हैं. अगर वो ये बोलती that मेरे जैसे 32,000 केरला का लड़की आके दफन हो चुकी है, then you would have raised your eyebrow. Now she is saying, when she is in Syria, she is not identifying as a girl from Kerala. She is identifying among those girls right now in United States document, and I am carrying those documents if you want to see them. More than 37,000 girls are still there, even in incarceration facilities who are declared stateless. ISIS सब लड़कियों को लेके आए and they put into there. It was like ISIS harem. And the girls from Kerala went there. There was no census happened. So now coming to the other side of the story. Now 10th of December, this teaser, 30-second teaser came, and that time there was not much of hue and cry. Then the film trailer came on 26th of April. Then there is a huge hue and cry started. There we did not mention about 32,000 or anything. But people by that time understood that we are going to tell certain uncomfortable truth, because the trailer has very much those contents which could easily say that these people are going to tell something which they managed to hide from the audience for almost 60-70 years. This truth is as old as 70 years old. Now that time suddenly these people get into action and put almost like 11 cases in Kerala High Court, 2 cases in Tamil Nadu High Court, and 5 cases in Delhi High Court and Supreme Court. So Supreme Court ordered to combine all the cases, and there were a total 17 cases which Chief Justice, Honorable Chief Justice Chandrachud sir personally handled, and end of the day before our release been quashed, everything been cancelled. So we are allowed to screen. Now, the day our trailer was released, 3 days after, on 28th or 29th, when everything, the country was taken away by this debate about this film, ban this film type, suddenly our YouTube channel, where this 32,000 number been hacked for 5 minutes. We come to know about that our YouTube channel has been hacked, and some miscreants made this 32,000 into 3. In that 5 minutes, more than 20,000 screenshot been taken.
Okay.
And within 5 minutes we rectified that. Now after that, again it become, when we corrected, it become 32,000. In those 5 minutes, 20,000 screenshot been taken, and it was like haywire, the jungle fire, it spreaded all over the world. So you can imagine the huge amount of conspiracy being hatched that you can see in Supreme Court on 4th of May. 11 countries top lawyer, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Indira Jai Singh, everybody was standing to stop the film. Who had been, you know Abhishek Manu Singhvi, how much he charges? 20 to 25 lakh per appearance. Suddenly, the whole country been divided into that. A part started claiming that this film is an anti-Islam film. It was actually anti their convenience. The people who are surviving by dividing the country, the people so far who has lived with their politics in the name of minority appeasement. So, Bengal government, Tamil Nadu government, their existence depending on the Muslim vote. So, I don't have any hesitation to say that they are the people, without watching my film, suddenly put ban on our film, which Supreme Court already discarded. 32,000 is a number. Number one, it is more than 32,000, and in the film, it is a dialogue is there. It is 32,000 in the Sarkari number. Now, we calculated 32,000. How it came is Oman Chandi had a question in the in assembly in 21st of July in 2010, where he gave a number that from 2006 to 2010, this many number, and you do the average. Yeah. This is how statistics been done.
Right.
Then Arsha Vidya Samajam has a document that they got back more than 7,000 girls. Then there is a lawyer who is working on Hindu. I'm forgetting his name. That was some Vishwanathan or something. He has documented more than 16,000 an official document. Right. They are available to give as a proof.
Okay.
So I'm coming to that 32, more than 32,000 are still there in the Syria, and 32,000 number, which is more than, we believe it is much more than 32,000. So that number came in a rounded. So they wanted to discredit if the number is not 32,000, if it is 31,792.
All right. Now I just come back to that. I'll just put it in one sentence. The 32,000, the actor or the character in the movie is talking about is not from Kerala, but she is talking about 32,000 girls like me suffering
all
here.
All over the world.
Right.
All over the world.
That's it. Is this a fiction? Is this a documentary, or is this a docu-fiction?
It is not a documentary, it is not fiction, it is a true story.
Right. And how many, apart from a researcher, you have personally verified some of the victims?
No, actually, I think I visited more than 500 girls. I have other testimonies. Actually, I have a research team here in Kerala. They were time to time giving us all the testimonies, which we all produced in censor board and as well as in Supreme Court. So I personally visited those girls. Language was a barrier, so I could not talk to them in a regular basis, but I have documented. I have more than 11 hours of video testimonies, and I shot a documentary film in 2018 called In the Name of Love. It was a documentary, and I put together all the information I gathered. But the problem had happened is it got a best film in London International Film Festival. I showed the film in JNU, and it was a riot started there, and it was a very bad incident happened. They destroyed the screen and all these things. And so I am being, in 2019 there was an election, general election in India. So I am being told that please don't show the film, because it may trigger any kind of untoward incidents. So I did not show the film after that. But believe me, I was feeling breathless. I wanted to tell the stories of those girls I met. And it was like, at times I used to cry, at times I used to get angry. All kinds of emotion was, overwhelming me. I stopped working on all other work, but I started working on the script, I realized that I have to tell the story in a popular format, that is a feature film. So I wrote the script, but it got delayed by 2 years of COVID, and this kind of film has very hardly you get a producer. So finding a producer also take a lot of time, and then finally I managed to get a producer.
Shall I pick on you a little more?
Sorry?
Shall I pick on your brains a little more?
Yeah.
Favorite pastime?
I'm very happy that in Kerala I get to speak my heart, because I did not get opportunity in last 1 year, more than a year, and I think thank you so much that you have given me that opportunity to tell my heart.
We love playing experts and asking those questions.
Absolutely.
Your movie lacked nuance. The thoughts about Islam not original, not mine, from an expert.
Yeah. No, the thing is, you have to understand that basic mistake is I did not make any political film. I did not make any film on Islam. I did not make any film on any religion. I did not make any film to fictionize anything. I wanted to tell a human story. I wanted to tell the stories of those girls, the girls who are suffering beyond imagination. And sir, I am telling you, if you have time, talk to these girls, Shruti or Chitra. They will tell you the way they suffered those 2-3 years. They stayed in that small dingy rooms. So Kerala, as a God's one country, the most literate state, the best in health facilities, best in all UN index in the country, in one side, and the other side is the story of Kerala from Kasaragod, Malappuram, Kozhikode. Completely diametrically opposite stories, sir. So my film has, if it has not done justice to many things, I am ready to accept. But I told the story of those girls. I told the story which has been told to me. If a girl in my character, Gitanjali, after converting, when she was being told that her parents is now kafir. So for a kafir, if you want to meet the kafir, either you have to throw stones to them or you have to spit. She goes and spit her father. The girl told me who spat on her father. So I did justice to the story of that, and that is why I told you, I stand by every word spoken in the film, every shot shown in the film.
You are not apologetic about it at all.
Absolutely, not 100%. I am not apologetic. I exactly know what I wanted to say, and I am very happy that I could manage to say, and the kind of emotions I expected to arouse in the mind of my fellow countrymen, I am overwhelmed to see that it went much beyond that. And so I think I am proud that I could contribute to the cause of these girls, even a small part of their life.
All right. Are you aware that the latest round of, this will continue, the latest round of controversies was sparked off by 2 incidents. One was the decision of Doordarshan to screen the movie.
Yeah.
And number 2, the decision of the Syro Malabar Church and certain other Christian groups to screen it. You got feedback on that?
Yeah, I got the feedback, and I was so happy that that Doordarshan decided to screen the film. I am extremely happy that this particular church has decided to show the film and compelled their members to see the film. It's a kind of dictum been issued.
Yes.
And I, believe me sir, I have a feeling that every political party of this country, every organization of this country should see the film, because it's not because it's my film. I was also apprehensive about the reaction and of that what is going to happen after the release of the film. The kind of pure and honest reaction I got, I can tell you hundreds of stories from the people after watching the film. The emotion was so high. I thought that it will make a change in this country. It will, the sinister plan of Islamic terrorism, which is now world is suffering, like entire Europe is reeling under. It is in a question that whether Europe will survive or not. London, you have seen, in London, every road of London is put up with a placard that Sharia for London, UK. what Islamic terrorism has done to the world, it is overwhelming. If my film could contribute a small part of it to protect, to give the awareness about Islamic terrorism, I would have think that I'll feel proud being a countryman. The situation is there is a web series in Netflix you have seen called The Caliphate.
Mm.
There is a film called Laila M. It was awarded in a very famous international film festival, Toronto. So these films are the outcome of what Islamic terrorism has done to the society, societies in European countries. So my film exactly tried to do the same thing. But the unfortunate thing is my country has the problem with the politicians since the inception. These politicians only go by their own agenda. They always treated Muslims as their vote bank. They never thought that Muslims are the citizens, equal citizens of this country. Every city you go, you will find an area which will be called as Muslim area. In a civilized society, in a democratic system, a system run by a constitution, can have a Muslim area. There will be a separate Muslim law. Can a democratic setup can have this? No. The problem is the people, the politicians like Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal, politicians, I have no problem saying that, because I think I have shown the true picture of how a religious fanatism can do to a country. People are saying when we went to those places, those Satya Sarani areas, those SDPI areas, people say that the number is not 32,000, it is more than 1 lakh and much more than that. Can you believe Kerala is the only state in the country which has official conversion center? And you go and find out there is no data. That I found data of 2012 and 2015, that how many conversion had happened, legal conversion had happened. Otherwise there is no data available. So just imagine, it was, I think it's an invisible power were trying to control, and they are being supported by these politicians in the name of their politics. They are basically supporting the system which trying to break my country. Every citizen should see the film. Every church, every temple, every mosque should show. Every Muslim society should show the film, saying that see how our religion been misused by these fanatic elements.
You spoke about Islamic terrorism on one side. You spoke about the concerns you have for some pockets being called, some areas being called Muslim areas. Isn't there a contradiction here? Number one. Number two, shouldn't a filmmaker shouldn't be a little more sensitive about, portraying a religion, linking it with terrorism?
I think my religion is my love and patriotism. My religion is my love for my country. Nothing no religion is bigger than my country. That is, I'm absolutely clear about it. A. B. Being a filmmaker, I am not supposed to take any political party's name, politician's name. No, I don't believe in that. I think cinema in the world has become that matured. They are not a soft power worldwide. Now they are the strongest power. They have the capability of changing the society. Cinema has the biggest power to change the system. Cinema has the power to bring revolution in this country. So why not these politicians, whoever are doing politics in the name of religion, they must be condemned. If my film has done that, I am proud of that.
Now to Buster. Now, what is the provocation, the inspiration?
Okay. I realized that how come India can be the place for their experimentation. In a country where every 20 kilometers language changes, food habit changes, culture changes, where not a single element is homogeneous. And we learned We are a culture which accommodate all the diversities of the culture of the world. It is a unique situation in the world. That cannot be governed by one ideology which was been written 300 years back in a place, in a small hamlet in Germany. That ideology cannot be implemented or experimented in my country. They experimented in China, they experimented in Russia, they experimented in Cambodia, they experimented in Armenia, now they are experimenting in North Korea. And what had happened is, there is a Wall Street Journal headline, 100 years of communism, 100 million death. So the matter of fact is, this ideology is not valid for a country like India, where we grow up with the diversity. I travel more than 300,000, matlab 3 lakh kilometer on road मैंने travel की. So that gave me opportunity to see what is real India. And trust me, if India has 6,500 districts, I travel more than 4,000 districts of this country. I travel each and every state of this country. So it gave me an opportunity to understand my country as well. So I started, honestly speaking, for a filmmaker, financial survival is a big question. So 2014 I was in a financially good state, because before that I did some good work and all. So I decided to work on the conversion issues in Kerala, as well as on the Maoist movement in India. So by the time we started, then Bastar became the epicenter, because it started in north of Bengal. From there it come down to South Bengal, then North Bihar, then South Bihar, which is now Jharkhand, then Odisha, Maharashtra, Andhra. Andhra had a history of Telangana, the Tebaga movement and all. Then up to Kerala. So this red corridor slowly started shrinking, and it confined into Bastar, which is based on Abujmar forest. So I started working on both the projects, and interestingly I made documentary on both the subject. Bastar of Frozen Tears, that is also made almost in the same time. Incidentally, I got the investor a producer to support my film, both the films, that is the Mr. Vipul Shah. He first commissioned Kerala story, so I made Kerala story first and Bastar second. But the research, scripting all started almost in the same space. But yes, both are my long drawn interest to make films and take my thought process to the world.
It's a fact that the CPI and the CPIM have already, dumped this theory of what the present day Naxalites or Maoists or the Maoist Leninists, whoever are following, number one. Number two, in Kerala, it's just a, almost negligible minority. But the fact remains that it's easy to laugh at them, it's easy to ridicule them. But the point remains that, at least in this part of the country, the points that they raise, the exploitation of the tribals, the exploitation of the downtrodden, the lack of interest or initiative shown by various governments in, supporting them, aren't those issues genuine, irrespective of the path they have taken?
Sir, this is utter nonsense. I'm sorry to say, this is utter nonsense. First, in communist ideology, the entire communist, be it CPI, be it CPM, CPIML, Second Central Committee, PWD, PWG, whatever, you show me in one document, they have a mention of democracy. No. No communist could believe in the word called democracy. So, their ideology does not fit into our system. So, they are no space in Indian democracy. This is the first thing. Second, exploitation, the inequality in the public distribution system, the nepotism, the political inaction, all these negativities, I accept. I represent that society because I am from a smallest place, the place which nobody knows about the name of that place also. I belong to a place called Jalpaiguri, where
Jalpaiguri.
Jalpaiguri,
It's not an unknown place.
no, it is a known place for you, sir. You are among those very small number of people who has the knowledge about this country. But majority, you ask any of your crew, hardly they know about the name called Jalpaiguri. So I have seen what discrepancies are. I have seen what exploitations are. The problem is, two examples I am going to give you, then I will answer that. A poor killing a poor, can it be any war? Can it be any political ideology in what is happening today in Bastar? A poor is killing a poor. They are supposed to kill the landlords. They are supposed to kill the zamindars. They are supposed to kill the rich. But in Bastar, every day today, the number is almost like 49,000. It is Sarkari Hisab, not the number of my assumption. More than 15,000 security forces people been killed. The number is more than security forces people killed in India-Pakistan war. They are from the poorest of the poor society families. So, their claim for their representation of the poor and exploited and proletariats are absolutely hypocritic. Number two, in Bastar, this 12,000, 13,000 armed terrorists are roaming around inside the jungle. They are called Maoist, right? 100 kilometers from there is another tribal village, tribal forest called Jabua. You will not find any Maoist there. You know why? Because every year 3,000 crore worth of black money being generated there, and that feed all the sorry for my word, journalists like you sitting in Delhi's channels. It goes up to the New York Times and London Times and Chicago Times kind of. The entire left ecosystem been run by the money which has been generated in the jungle of Bastar.
You've said the whole ideology or the line the so-called Maoists or Naxals have taken is outdated, or rather it was never dated, number one. Number two, it doesn't fit into the fabric of India or the concept of India or the concept of Indian democracy.
Absolutely.
My question is, even now the government of India is spending lakhs and crores of rupees to fight this across the certain belts.
Absolutely.
You know, if this is an outdated or rather irrelevant ideology, an irrelevant path, an impractical way, so then how are they so strong? And who was fighting the government?
That is what I am saying. Indian constitution is a socialistic constitution. It has been written, it was written under the influence of Russia. And if you go by the constitutional reforms, the Indian 5 years plan, those planning commission used to come with every 5 years they used to come Panchavarsiki Yojana. All these things has a strong leftist influence because India was almost surrendered before Russia. Jawaharlal Nehru signed a pact, signed a treaty with Russia to build up 5 hydroelectric projects. The condition was Russian engineers will come, will make one, and they will impart the technology to Indian technologist engineers, so that rest 4 been made by Indian. Russian came, they made all 5, not a single Indian engineers were allowed inside. So, every education system, just imagine that even today, our education system is run by that Macaulay's education system in 200 years back, which has been made by the Britishers to create the clerks which will serve the British government. Instead of revising Indian education system to make it compatible for Indian reality, they entered into all the educational institutes. They entered into all the technological setups, and they have propagated their ideology from such depth in engineering, in education, in art and culture, even in our cinema industry. it has been taken, they have influenced so strongly that in spite of their presence in the Indian political system becomes zero, the mindset did not change. So basically we are fighting against the left mindset, which has even today, which Japan can recover in 50 years by the time of they were destroyed. Why India could not do? It is the leftist ideology which could not let us do. Because more poor, more gain to their political system. They don't allow country to develop.
Have you been talking to J. Sai Deepak? Which was why I was smiling because I just had a chat with them a couple of days back.
No, I did not.
And this was exactly what he was trying to convey. I asked him about decolonization. And he said, well, geographically we got that freedom in 1947, but they ensured that they implanted the colony, the entire system ranging from the constitution, the law, the education, and even the culture. And right, which was why I almost smiled when you were talking.
Yeah.
I was recalling that.
Sir, exactly. That is what is happening. I am experiencing. I am the worst sufferer, sir. My film, The Kerala Story, is the biggest women-centric film in the history of Indian cinema. Not only Hindi. History of Indian cinema ka biggest women-centric film. But my heroine, Ada Sharma, is not been invited, not been selected, nominated in any of the award shows. We are boycotted in Bombay Indian cinema industry. You won't believe our film is not mentioned in popular cinema channels, in magazines, YouTubes, websites. We are being completely left away, and they have the courage of doing that. Sitting in they know a film being watched by Indians, third highest in the history of Indian cinema, third highest. Still they have the courage of not letting us into their core. It is all because that in the mindset we are being injected. Our whole system is under the influence of Islamo-leftist. Because right now at this moment, this entire insurgence of Islamic terrorism has the biggest support from the leftist lobby in the world.
Now, please don't ask me to explain my next question.
Yes, sir. Please.
Because
I'm so sorry, sir. If I gone beyond my periphery, which you did not keep for me, I'm sorry. I think being in Kerala or in Bengal, I have because there lives the most argumentative people live there. I am ready to. That is why I always say I wrote an open letter to our Honorable Chief Minister when. V.S. Achyutanandan said that word in Delhi that in 20 years Kerala will be Islamic state. The first support he got from Comrade Pinarayi Vijayan. First support, I have the paper cutting. Because entire Communist Party gone against him. It was his house was being stoned. But Pinarayi Vijayan sir supported him. And today he is doing press conference against my film, which started from V.S. Achyutanandan's, if I have to attribute my film to anybody, it is V.S. Achyutanandan's that comment that Kerala will be converted into Islamic state. So my point is, you can be a hypocrite, I can't. I have, if you said something to me which has appelled me, then I will stand by you. So, whatever been said against my film in Kerala, whatever been said, I think it has triggered the intellectual ideologies in our society, because to me, I never intend to make any political film.
My next question is what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Why I asked you or requested you not to ask me to explain it, because I'm just quoting.
Yeah, sir, I understand. Sir.
So who are you? Are you a narrow nationalist? Or are you somebody who propagates narrow nationalism? Which is why I said don't ask me.
Sir, I already told you, I am a fiercely independent nationalist. And I think I am not alone. There's many of like me are there in this country. I got opportunity to talk to you. I made the film, so you invited me in your show. But take my word, fiercely independent nationalist is a new genre who are rewriting the ideology of Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin or Joseph Stalin. We will rewrite the history for us. If you have so much of love for these imported ideologies, we will rewrite, and our cinema will rewrite. That is the reason I decided whatever money I earned from Kerala Story, I will spend that money and that opportunity of my acceptance as a filmmaker who can, who can create some kind of steer. I will tell the stories of these miscreants who has done harm to my country. I'll keep telling those stories. I will not take any route to convenience as many filmmakers do. My every penny I will spend on the better cinema, Indian cinema, which will tell the story of these miscreants, which will tell the story of this exploitation in the name of some imported ideologies.
Thanks for reminding me of one question. I understand that you have been also working along with a team of similar thinkers on rehabilitating and supporting, I don't know how we call them, victims or survivors or fighters. Do you want to elaborate on that and what is the kind of support that you're giving them?
See, I right now I am supporting 3-4 films who are dealing on the subjects of my genre, the film I am trying to do.
Talking about the victims.
No, as such, the thing is,
there's no kind of financial support or
we as a production we helped. We gave some financial support to Arshabida Samajam to come up with their building where they are putting up the library and some rehabilitation center. We have helped some of the organizations in Bastar. Where the children of the victims of the Maoists are being kept. We are like 3-4 places we are financially helping. Some in my personal capacity, some as from producer's point of view. I mean, my producer was generous enough to support Arshabida Samajam even before the release of our film. So, matter of factly, I think we will not stop. We will not be the wonders of 1 or 2 films. We are going to be here for a long time. We will be challenging all those secessionist forces who are intending to break my country, harm my country in the name of their politics. And we will be as a crusader. We will not be the part of any political system. We will be only enthused with the concept of Bharatiyata. That's it.
Thank you so much. I think with this went beyond the typical or conventional question answer session.
Thank you so much
for finding time to speak to the viewers of Janam TV.
Thank you so much, and basically I am so happy and relieved today that I could manage to address the people of Kerala, because there are a lot of misconceptions been spread against my team, against me. I managed to. I think I will. People have any question beyond this interview. I think this interview has given me chance to tell all to whatever there in my mind about Kerala. If any question is there, please pass on their question to me. I will be available to reply all them.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
ഇതായിരുന്നു സുദീപ്തോ സെൻ. ഇതാണ് സുദീപ്തോ സെൻ. ഇങ്ങനെ തന്നെ ആയിരിക്കും സുദീപ്തോ സെൻ. നമസ്തേ.